Budget boots like Durango Rebels can be hit and miss for a hard knock down and dirty kicked around life. In this video, I'm going to break down the details of this boot, do an extended wear test, and you might have a chance to win a pair for yourself. So let's get into it. I'm just here to connect ya, and then I'll be on my way. Hey everybody, my name is Jeremiah Craig, and I'm coming at you from the Well Said Studios in Ithaca, New York. Several of you have wanted me to test a Durango Rebel boot, so I bought a pair on Amazon for this review. If you're watching in the first couple of weeks of this being posted, you have a chance to win a brand new pair in your size, or put the value of this boot towards any other boot that you want. I don't care, but more about that later. First, we have to break down the details of this Durango Rebel boot with the rundown. All right, this is the Durango Rebel Patriotic Pull-On Boots, and it features oiled full-grain leather on the foot and the counter. The color here is listed as dark brown. That leather is feeling nice and supple, shouldn't be too hard to break in. This boot also features a wide square toe with a double stitched welt. But this boot is not listed as having a Goodyear welt, so I have to assume that those stitches are just for show, and this is mainly cement construction. The Durango Rebel comes in at 11 inches tall and features a stars and stripes design in the top. This is faux leather, however, so it's not real, and it even smells a little fake as well. Smells like a Payless shoe store, if you know what I mean. Down here for a heel, we have a 1¼ inch composite heel, and you can see a lot of that EVA midsole. That's the gray area, which is pretty soft in this midsole, which comes up all the way to the front of the boot too, which should give you a little bit extra cushion. Down here for an outsole, it looks kind of cool. We have what Durango is calling an abrasion-resistant translucent rubber outsole. You can see more of the stars and stripes design down here through that. And because this is most likely not a Goodyear welt construction, I would have to assume that these boots are not resolable if you happen to run through this rubber outsole. But it should last a long time. Rubber outsoles usually do. On the inside, we have a mesh lining on the top and around the foot as well. We also have what Durango is calling a removable contoured ventilated cushion footbed. And under that, we have their Cushion Flex insole. So there's lots of fabric and cushion on the inside of this boot. This Durango Rebel boot is made in China, and you can get them from Amazon for $159. Now let's try on this boot to see how it looks and feels. All right, I got on the Durango Patriotic Rebel boots right now, and the first thing that I'm noticing is how lightweight they are. Now this is the soft toe option. There are safety toe options. I chose the soft toe one just because I wanted to see how lightweight it can get. Super lightweight, guys. It basically feels like a sneaker, which I guess makes sense because there are a lot of sneaker technology in this. You got the EVA midsole, you got lots of foam and cloth on the inside of this boot. So it's built very much like a sneaker or an athletic shoe, which kind of gives this an athletic work boot kind of feel with how lightweight it is. Let me pull over the jeans so you can see what they look like just wearing normal. You know, I chose size 10.5 M. M is their medium size. They also have wide sizes. That is a 2E. I chose M, which is their D width, average size. And the 10.5 M translates pretty much equally to the 10.5 D from Ariat. With Ariat, I have to size down quite a bit. I'm a true 12B, so I'm a narrow size, a narrow width, but Durango doesn't have narrow sizes, so I had to treat this like I treat Ariat boots that don't have narrow sizes, and it works very well cross-functionally, like maybe even just a little bit wider here with Durango from an Ariat D width of the same size, but that's okay. I'm able to wear thicker socks, which is going to be nice for working, so I'm not really too upset at that. We'll have to see how it breaks in though and how I feel about that fit after the extended test. Here's the POV. It's just a square toe. It doesn't really look that good. It doesn't need to look that good as a work boot. You got lots of space in there for your toes. The leather is really supple. This is going to be really nice to break in. It's not too stiff. We'll have to see how these go. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. All right, so I broke down the details of this boot. I just tried it on. We got giveaway information to come, but first we got to do an extended test. So it's time to put these to work. First stop, the winery. Yes, I went to Bet the Farm Winery in Trumansburg, New York to help them bottle some wine. We were bottling some Chardonnay that was finished fermenting in this stainless steel tank. This doesn't look like much, but it will fill hundreds of bottles. Just wait. There were a bunch of folks volunteering to help bottle at this small winery, and we had a whole assembly line. First, the bottles are flushed with nitrogen gas to remove some oxygen. The bottles then go to the wine filling station. Then it goes to the put a cork in it section. After that, the bottle gets labeled, inspected, and boxed. My job was to bring over all the cases of empty bottles and get them ready for the bottling line. There are 12 bottles of wine in a case, and I had lots of cases ahead of me. So to keep it interesting, I started playing catch with the end of the line and throwing empty cases down where they could be filled with finished wine bottles. Okay, one pallet down, but the next one was 3 times as tall, so I had to use the stepladder. Another great catch. Soon there were enough cases of finished wine bottles that they were rolled out. There are 12 bottles of wine in each one of those boxes, and we still had so much more to go. So it's back up to get another box. Finally, the wine started to get low, and thankfully, so were the cases. At small wineries like Bet the Farm, you have to make sure you get every last drop into the bottle, just so we can put it in the glass and taste it. Cheers. Ooh, that's good. That's what we just bottled? Nice. Cheers. So with that, I don't think these boots got dirty enough. So let's head over to Asbury Equestrian Center and help out with morning chores. I grabbed some feed and followed owner Deidre Hay up into the hayloft to throw down some bales. Right down the hay chute. Time to load it all up. Head out and start feeding the horses. Ooh, tasty. But jump to it, kid, there's more horses to feed. And speaking of more horses to feed, these next 2 mares were hangry and really didn't like each other.
I'm going to take them in and put them away because they fight with each other.
Okay.
I've got the one with the icy pops and you've got my grey.
Okay. Come on over here.
Come on, Abby. Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm so sorry.
Whoa, close call. Let's take a look at the replay. So I'm trying to feed the gray mare, and I thought Deidre had the brown one, but I still felt its presence behind me. So when I saw the gray one kick out of my peripheral, I started to turn away from that kick and head back towards the gate. But that's when the brown one kicked the food right out of my hand and actually hit my leg too. Then I stepped away just in time for this nasty kick to barely miss me. There's like inches here. The hoof just got enough of me to leave a print in my shirt, but it barely touched my back at all. I came away lucky on this one. But there's still work to do, so let's pull up those britches and get back at it. Because these other horses are still hungry. Also, if you like these videos, why not show your support and purchase some merch like the shirt I'm wearing? I mean, come on, I'm basically out here putting my life on the line for this content. Links in the description. A few more stops, and then it was back up to the barn to take more hay to other stables and muck out a stall quickly. I'd say we got these boots dirty enough now to call this a proper extended test review. How about you? Alright, now it's on to my final thoughts for these Durango Rebel boots. Now, this is a budget boot through and through, and it's not even the best budget boot that I've tried that's under $200. But first, let's clean these up, and basically all I did was got them damp, brush them off and just use some mink oil on them to condition. Not that it's super important to condition them anyways, because they aren't really made to last. So now that these are clean, let's start with how this boot fits and how it feels. It's kind of a wide fit compared to other boots that I've tried at the same size of a 10.5D. And there's lots of foam and cloth in here that flattens out pretty quickly, and it begins to feel like a lumpy fit. And I was sort of confused about, like, why was I feeling like it was lumpy? Because on both boots I would feel lumps at the sides of my feet right here, and I was trying to figure out what it was, like what would cause just little lumps at the edges. And I realized that it is most likely the toe box. So there's a material inside here that helps keep the shape of the toe. And of course they have to run that material that's a little bit harder up here than it is down here underneath the boot, so it's all one thing, right? But the problem is that the cloth is so thin and compresses so easily that you can feel that on the sides, and it makes for a lumpy fit. Like, that's the only word that I have for it. It's just lumpy. It is cushioned in there, so it's not like I was getting blisters or anything. It was rebounding, but it was just such a weird feeling, and I couldn't get over it. So overall, I think these have a sloppy fit and a sloppy feel. All right, now let's talk about the outsole. In a short poem, the outsole on the concrete was grippy, but in the mud, it was slippy. Seriously, guys, in the winery on that wet concrete, I had a good amount of traction, more so than I would have thought, and I was kind of looking out for it in that situation. But then, like, I was in the woods, and then also there at the stables in the mud, it is a little bit more slippery. So there's not very much traction here that you would have in like a deeper lug or something like logger boots, of course, because that's a really aggressive tread. So this isn't really good in the mud, but it was fine on concrete. Let's come on up to the foot leather here. It was very soft and super easy to break in, very comfortable. I had no problems with this leather up here. The top leather up here looks fine right now, but because it is a faux leather, this will eventually flake off and you might not even know what it is in the future. I did get a picture from one of the members of my Cowboy boot group on Facebook, which is open for any of you guys to join, and that picture did confirm that his Durango Rebels were flaking at the top. So eventually this won't even be an American flag if they last that long, because the colors, the outside of this faux leather will all flake away. So overall, I think you can get better boots at this price point of, what was it, like around $170. So between $150 and $200, you can definitely get better boots. I think the Ariat Roper is a better boot than this. It definitely feels more sturdy, and it's also more comfortable. Another boot that I tried in this same price range, it was only for a minute at a store, but I remember liking it a lot better than these, and that was the Laredo Stillwater. And even better, like the best option that you can get, in my opinion, in that $150 to $200 range are Abilene boots. And plus, they're made in the USA. So, you know, they might not have a boot with a flag on it, but if you go with Abilene boots, and you can get them on Amazon too, then you're actually supporting a US-made brand in the same price point as these boots that try to capture you with the USA flag as a brand, even though they're made in China. So Abilene boots, I still think, is the best price boot at that range of $150 to $200, plus they're made in the USA. You can't go wrong. So those are my final thoughts. Let me know yours down in the comments. We're also doing a giveaway in this video if you're watching within the first few weeks of it being posted, and the winner will receive a $170 gift card to put towards boots on any of the websites that I have listed in the description or on the giveaway page. Will it be for a pair of Durangos? Maybe it will be for Ariats. What about Abilenes? Or will you take that and put it towards something like a Hondo boot or even blackjack boots? Here's what you have to do to enter. First, make sure you like this video. And if you didn't like it already, then I don't know what to say. Like, I'm out here almost dying for you guys. Speaking of which, please subscribe as well to make sure you can enter this giveaway. Again, what happened in this video? Why aren't you guys subscribed yet? I'm almost dying for you. And then finally, fill out the form at the link in the description. And then on September 21st, I'm going to announce the winners in a Boots and Ballads live stream right here on YouTube. It's gonna start at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'll also have other giveaways, so be sure you join for that live stream. It's kind of like a variety show, giving away stuff, playing music, talking boots. It's a great time. Ask anybody who's been there. Love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck in the giveaway, and I'll see you guys around. Peace. If I'm gonna buy new boots under 200, I like them to be sturdy from heel to toe, and ones that can be resold. Well, I guess I ain't getting Durango. Why don't you check out this other extended test video up here? Or I got a music video down here I think you might enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe up here, and I will see you next time. Peace. Have a good one.